Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Vital to the future of you all. As it always is. But it always is, mate. What do you want me to tell you? What is it my fault that everything that comes out my mouth is freaking gold? Is it my fault? No, it's not my fault. It just happens. You know, I would say it's a bit of a curse, actually. But what can you do? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. How is everybody? I hope you're all doing very well out there in wherever part of the world you are. I am once again on the Brave browser. I found out what the problem was last time, and I fixed it. I like the Brave browser. It's working for me much better than Safari. I am a Mac person, you see, and but it's Safari doesn't run StreamYard, which I do these live streams through. I used to use Firefox. But I just got this ad for this. I was like, you know what? It's free. I'll give it a go. Why not? So here we are, and it works very nicely. It's a recommend thus far, right? Nothing terrible has happened yet. I'm trying to get the lid off my cup. It's I want to put some in it. Well, here we go. Nearly there. Come on the end. Yeah. So once I get this off, then it got off. Once I get it off, I have to tell you, we have a freaking awesome show for you tonight. I do indeed. I got a real scoop. I can't believe it. I found something out that they get through sheer stupidity, right? Something the BBC published through sheer stupidity. The way they've been gaping the audience figures. It's they're significantly different. And they just printed the real ones, like right there. Okay, so we're going to be looking at that. And it's not a misprint, right? They printed the real figures. I did some digging. It's really crazy. I'm not going to go deep into the story. This is a preview. This is a tease. This is a bit of a tease. You know, I have to tell you, I like being a bit of a tease. But I am a bit of a tease. This is... if you think Jodie is the lowest rated Doctor of all time, including the classic year as well, if you think that might be the case, you might not be wrong, mate. You might not be wrong. It's all I'm saying. And we now have the data to prove it. So that's freaking incredible. I was watching, was it Boba Fett for the second time today, because I want to get all the screen grabs for it. And whenever they put Boba Fett in it, it sucks. Everything with Boba Fett is really awful, right? Everything that's not Boba Fett is very good. So the Luke Skywalker they had, which is in half the freaking episode, is breathtaking. I think that CGI was just breathtaking. It blew my mind. Or however they did it. I don't care how they did it. My brain thinks an older Luke Skywalker is doing Jedi shit in front of me. And it feels real, and I don't care, and I like it. It's good. So if you liked The Mandalorian, skip the first 4 episodes of Boba Fett. Episode 5 and 6, they're pretty good, right? They're pretty good, except when Boba Fett appears for a second, and it's shit. Then it's incredible, right? The minute Boba Fett appears, goes to crap. However, before I watched it the first time last night, and then I had a thought, right? What could you do with Star Wars right now? Like, what could you do with it? It's been so tainted, right? What could you possibly do with Star Wars? Let's say you've just given Star Wars, right? Let's say you were, I don't know, through some weird series of events, you end up suing Disney for everything, and you win Star Wars in a settlement. Okay, so that's basically what goes. So now you own Star Wars. What can you do? I mean, like, it's been so violated and over again. So how can you rescue it? Firstly, you get rid of the prequel, the sequel stuff. That shit. I think the Mando stuff I would keep. Honestly, I think that's worthy of Star Wars canon. I think it's better than prequels, frankly. Yeah, generally, I mean, and there's some shit bits of The Mandalorian, but yeah, okay. Still think it's better than the prequels. Anyway, What could, like, so get rid of that. But you know what I would do? I would do one epic movie. One epic movie, like Lawrence of Arabia. I'll call it The Death and Life of Luke Skywalker. Right? It'll be like huge. It's basically Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, on his deathbed, dying. He might be 1,000 years old. I don't know. Right? But Luke Skywalker on his bed, and he's reminiscing about his life with this young person with him for some reason, right? Or people with him, right? And that way you get to revisit a lot of the Star Warsy stuff from a completely different angle. And you get to see what happened. You get to make a new future. But I would want him to, I think, what I loved about Luke Skywalker, I think this is what we all loved about Luke Skywalker, is how incredibly optimistic he was, right? I love that he held out hope for his father, you know, and he put his life on the line for it, which is very, very cool, right? It's very, very cool as a character. I mean, for like the father who's a villain. And that's a real belief in love. And it was wonderful, right? I think, and Mark Hamill played it. I think knowing that, realizing what an incredible role, especially by Jedi, you can feel how honored he was with this role by Jedi. He knew the cultural significance he had, right? And I do think the Last Jedi was like, it was like, well, I guess they driven a truck full of diamonds into my living room. I guess I gotta do this now. They say it's good. I don't know. But he told us all the way through, right? Like in every interview he said, I disagree with everything they're doing, but I'll take the money. Anyway. And you can see what his life was. And you can see how his life was, and you can see the shape of his life as he recounts it, right? But I wanted to be like super, super optimistic. So I just had the last scene in my head was when he eventually dies, right? And it's like whoever the young person is longer, and yeah, and now I die confident knowing, you know, there is another Jedi, and it's the hopefully, okay. My roommate from Rabbinical Academy is here. Right, he stays here a lot. Barry, we like Barry. I will say Barry, probably one of my oldest friends. Right? Is he? Is he coming down? I can't tell. Anyway, he stays here occasionally. He lives reasonably nearby. Barry is kind of like, how would I explain? He's kind of like an American butler, right? He's got that very good, like, but now he's aging, right? Like me. So it's like this, you know, like how it's weird. You see Anthony Daniels has got white hair. It's like, so that's the same kind of vibe. Anyway, so he may pop in. So my wife is a bit under the weather. She came over and passed out. Normally she has like a feast ready for Barry when Barry gets very pampered when he turns up. Oh man. Would I love to be treated like Barry? That'd be awesome. Anyway, I mean, I guess I get treated better in some ways. Anyway, I digress. So if something pops in, that's what's going on. Anyway, so he's dying, right? Luke Skywalker's dying. And he's like fading away. And then whoever it is, the young one, like lights his lightsaber on whatever, some honor, respect thing they do. And you hear the music like, and you pull back, right? And you think it's an intimate setting, but really you're in a temple full of thousands and thousands of Jedi. They're all like their lightsaber, and that's what that thing. And it's like, and I wanted to give it this really like optimistic send off, that's the sort of send off I think Luke Skywalker deserves, right? I mean, not sucking on the space cow titty. Get that titty out of your mouth, Luke Skywalker. No. That blue milk isn't worth it. I don't care how good that titty tastes, baby. Don't drink the blue milk. Always a good idea. You know, I have to say, if when they do legalize weed in Israel, you know what somebody should do? They need to do some kind of Clockwork Orange milk infused like THC drink, right? That would be awesome. wouldn't it? And you can, because the Droogs went to the milk bar. I would be up for that. Fine. Let me pull up some eye candy. I'll show you what's coming up. We got a lot coming up. Man, I got a lot coming up. Oh boy. Yeah. There we go. Share screen. So I wasted a lot of time getting a sexy Nicola Bryant going for you guys on the browser, right? On the thumbnail. But first, this is coming out tomorrow. Whoopi's Wasters Whoopsie. Oh, Whoopi. The monster eats itself again. The beast devours itself once again. Look, I don't think she doesn't like Jews. And I think most non-Jews don't like Jews, right? Really? I think most of you don't like us. But it's okay. I think you guys are probably okay. But so I don't think she doesn't like Jews at all. I think she's been indoctrinated into this insanity, right? And it doesn't matter how intelligent you are. I don't think she's that stupid, right? But I hear my daughter upstairs. Fine, she's going to take care of everything. I just think she's been indoctrinated into this complete insanity, and she believes she doesn't understand. Right? You saw her on, was it? Oh, you're going to see her on this video. I have 4 clips of Whoopi. Right? We have the first clip on The View when she goes, "Ain't about race, yeah, about ethnicity." Okay, literally everything's been about race for the last 5 years. Everything. Donald Trump scratches his nose. He's a racist. I'm like, what? It's like, look at it. He said all the people about Charlottesville. He's a racist. He said, I hate racism in that speech. He said racism. He said, I hate racism. See what I mean? It's the code. It's the code for the alt-right. No, you're just bonkers. Yeah. Oh, look, it's a Muslim man. He hates that Muslim. No, these are terrorists. What? That doesn't make and like everything's been about race, right? Everything's the new Holocaust, apart from the mother. Oh, come really, mother. That's you. And the real story of this is this: it's like they want to erase the past. They don't want you to know the past. That's why they can't stand Gina Carano. They don't even know the past because they don't want you to know what racism really is. They want it to be what Whoopi Goldberg says, and it's if it ain't about black people, it ain't racist, right? That's what she means, and that's what she believes, because they want you to make you believe any bullshit, because they're crazy. This is some gold from Doctor Who magazine. Oh, I got to fix this thumb. This is some gold from Doctor Who magazine. Oh my God. Matt Stevens gives the first of a 2-part interview. Matt. Whoa, what are you doing, dog? Don't okay. Okay. Who's more clueless, Biden or this guy, right? And it's a real look. If you like Biden, God bless you, but Afghanistan didn't work out so well. Like, who's more clueless, Biden or this bloke, right? He's so happy with himself. He thinks he did. He said, "Oh, they all have the backlash. And she'll be fondly remembered." No, she won't. What are you thinking? My God! What? So anyway, so this who was it? Told me. I think Mr. Jekyll and Hyde. I can't remember. Pointed out this quote from Robots of Death. The very powerful and the very stupid have one thing in common. Instead of altering their views to fit, this is a terrible impersonation, fit the fact, but I can't say it's me. They alter the facts to fit their views. Yeah, it's so true, mate. So true. Doctor Who magazine. We're getting some Doctor Who magazine tonight. The ratings. They let slip the real ratings. Schmucks. And they did it to show the jump in ratings from 7 days to make it larger, but they showed the real ratings. Idiots. Okay, fine. We'll look at the other stuff we looked at before, but we'll get to that soon. Okay, but first, look at it. Man. that Nicola's not perfect, but I spent a long time on it. Okay, and also the collar's a bit weird too, but okay. I think I'm gonna get this, or at least the first set. It's like $17. I'll give it a go. I guess it's got Nicola and Colin in it. I'm intrigued by the premise. Although here's the thing: the absolute best bit of Doctor Who ever, literally, its pinnacle, where it was perfect, absolutely perfect, was in Genesis of the Daleks when Tom Baker held up those two strands and, do I have the right? And he decided he didn't. That set Doctor Who apart from everything, right? Everything, right? And Eccleston made the same decision, right, at the end of his run. It was one that, that's what pacifism is, right? Do I have the right? And it's so morally wonderfully ambiguous and intelligent and makes you think about different. It's wonderful and it performed perfectly. It was really the perfect moment of Doctor Who, I would say, right? It's capture. That is the lightning that you're trying to capture, I would say, right? That terrifying reality. Do I have the right? And that was a real chilling thing. Like, do you have the power? Do you have the right? Right? Do you kill? Go back and do you kill the leader of the National Socialists in 1930s when he's a baby? Right? So Big Finish says, yeah, imagine he didn't have that conversation. Imagine it was Jodie. I mean, what the hell? Oh, gonna blow up the bad people. I'm so good, me. Keith up. Creating Colin Baker as the warrior. I gave her a sexy busty sidekick, Perry Perfectilium. Because why not? Why wouldn't you? Okay? Why would you not? Yeah, it's crazy. This is the beginning, and I'm the War Doctor, but not the ones you're expecting. Yeah, there you go. Keith up. If people read these leaked ratings, they literally leak the real ratings. I can't wait to get to it. They might realise I'm shit, darling. They already realised, darling. They already realised. I had this conversation with myself when I was about 35, right? And I had some pants I need to get hemmed, and I was going to take them in the back from the store I bought them to the person who hems them. You know, this is America. America was great. You just went into the dry cleaners; they'll do stuff for you. No, not stuff. Unless you went to the right dry cleaners, I guess. I haven't been there. That totally. Oh yeah. So I said, but I didn't want to take the bag because it's big and tall. And then if I'm carrying pants in a big and tall store, everybody will realise that I'm fat. I'm like, darling. I laughed for a long time. I said, you know what? He may not need the bag to pick up on that with their Holmesian like razor intelligence. Man, I've got a lot of stuff on my watch list right now. Just dropped a Resident Alien season 2 episode. Freaking love Resident Alien. Raised by Wolves season 2 episode 1 2. Freaking love Raised by Wolves. That is crazy beyond crazy, right? That is a class weird production. I absolutely adore it. Right, very strange. Okay, I would say very strange. But the first 3/4, even more, like basically 8/10, like 9/10 of it is about the voyage of personal discovery for a mother artificial intelligence android as it goes through layers and layers of self and understanding who she is, right? And what she was. It's that's really, I love that stuff. And against a incredible bit of world building sci-fi with some weird religious stuff going on that you didn't really understand. So then it got weird at the end. Last episode, it got so weird. with like these weird snakes being born out, and like what's going on? This looks evil. So you no idea what's really happening with it. But anyway, the first 9 episodes of the 10-episode run of season 1 was freaking awesome. The 10th episode may have been good. It's just weird, right? But that's out. What else? I got Superman and Lois. Haven't got to that yet this week. And what other? Peacemaker. Man, I love Peacemaker. Fine. Let me get to the chat, right? Let me get to the chat. 1 second. Let me move this over here. Here, 1 second. I'll leave this on this picture. Woke speak. Yeah, that's about right. Personal color, white supremacist. Yes. People don't realize how much black there is in Israel. A lot, right? A lot. Fine, we'll leave it on that. No, even better. I got this from Problem Being's Twitter feed ages ago. It's the funniest thing ever. Anybody want to say anything? I'm trans. We'll leave that for a bit. Okay. Hell chat, says Lonnie. What should we ask the rabbi though? Whatever we want. FYI, we have ice in Texas. Yeah, this is the apocalypse, right? Today, but it'll be gone soon. Yeah, there's like flash floods in Ecuador. This looks like the apocalypse to me, right? I just realized it's the Olympics next week, right? In Beijing, right? It sounds like it's like we got Olympics going on in Beijing at the same time America's pushing for war in the Ukraine to desperately distract from everything. Like, I want to trust these arse clowns with war. Are you out of your mind? Anyway, that's gonna. I mean, you know that's gonna go tits up, right? I don't know if that's going to go off, but if it goes off, it's going to go tits up. They're going to screw up. Americans getting their ass handed to them horribly. Like, I don't know how, but that's all. And it's like Beijing, maybe something's going to go down during the Olympics. I don't know. It just seems there's a lot going on. Matthew Burrow says, well, we should get him to do a range of mugs and t-shirts. He will clean up. Listen, I'll put it on. What's the name? I can certainly set up. I'll try and get to it this weekend. Man, doink. I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't know what my catchphrases are. Because like this is just how I talk. The Soda Engines. How are you doing, sir? He's changed your avatar, I think. Disaster is here. How are you doing, Mr. Jekyll and Hyde? How are you, sir? Oh, I'm only up to 7 o'clock. That's not good. BBC lied shock. Yes, it's not that they lied. It's that misrepresented. Right? Am I making knives now? Should I make a circumcision gag? It's called a. I can't remember what's the name of the thing called. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, I nearly did the circus. If I was going to have another son, I was going to do it myself, right? I mean, I'll get the boy or the guy who does it to light it up, and I'll just go right. But because I've seen a lot of them by then, so I'm like, yeah, I reckon I could do that. It's just like you'd be a bit worried with your kid, so you know. But I didn't have another boy, so we're all cool. Shock horror on top of BBC Live. Boba Fett. Episode 6 of Boba Fett is all we want, right? I kind of like episode 5. I like the Mandalorian, right? I like Mando. So, but I don't like Boba Fett, right? Every time Boba Fett shows up, oh, they had Bane in it as well, wasn't it? I love that freaking guy, and it was the same guy doing the voice. Yeah, we'll get to it. We're trying to whiz through now. Start. Somebody says start. So, okay, I'm doing my best. Every time I make a movement, I don't know what I said, but okay. Fine. Milkweed it's a thing in the South of the USA, but there's got to be a way of making it taste good, right? You know, scientists can work things out. They'll probably like legalize weed in Israel before they do in England. Listen. You know what's stopping it right now? Okay, the most incredible thing is this. For the first time in years, we have a sort of stable government dangling on a knife edge in Israel, because they have the Arabs making up the government, right? Which hasn't happened before. They've been in a coalition, but they haven't been dependent on the Arab vote, right? And the Arabs are the one blocking it. They're like saying, "What's wrong with you, degenerate Westerners, stop with this. And there's boys and girls and girls. Stop with your nonsense. I mean, like the Arabs aren't very politically correct. Let's be clear. What were you talking about? CRT Goldberg? Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's useless. I'm scared to keep reading. I grant that there are few in number in Northern Ireland. Well, yeah, because you are few and far between if you've got nothing against Jews in Northern Ireland. Mate, we know where we're not wanted, mate. No, I know you don't. As we look back in, are we about to due for your wife and daughter to make a comment on screen? Oh no, my wife was flat out last I saw. Right, Christopher Solar is here. How you doing, sir? Matt Stevens, yes. Oh God, that is comedy gold. Right, I'm telling you, that is comedy bloody gold. It's I mean, like, and we're gonna read bits, and there's bits I don't read in the video. We're gonna read on the stream tonight. It's insane. Oh, problem being's here. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, problem being, I got a question. You weren't in for the. You don't think this guy was hot, really? I like what? Really? I think I listen. You would know more than me, but like he seems pretty fit to me, mate. I'm not talking about Rusty Davis, right? I'm talking about the guy with the shirt off who looks like, a bit beefy. What can I tell you? I could see this guy being the Doctor, like something unexpected. That's something very expected. I don't know. I have to see what he's like as an actor. This guy would be. It wouldn't be like Lydia West. Lydia West's a problem, right? Lydia West is a problem. Here is Matt Stevens and his wet minge. Yes, Matt Stevens is a wet minge. That is true. So anyway, probably I'm confused. What really? By the way, this is an awesome fun. So what was it first attracted you to me for the role? Oh, I can't quite put my finger on it. If I get the role, you can put your finger any way you want. Ooh, just imagine. Fine, we'll leave that one. That's a good thumb. I like that thumb. So whiz through the chat. Saul Shmuel Shemek. There you go. Shmuel Shemek. How you doing, sir? Caroline Ann Johnson is Whoopi's actual name. Karen, yeah, I guess so. Lee is in the house. Yes, he is indeed. There we go. Whizzing through. I can't pronounce you at all. Some Russian. Speaking Russian stuff. I get a very botty feel with you, my good man. Robert Payne is here. I mean, not botty as in like the thing you poo out of, as in like roboty thingy. Peter Rich, I said hello, Jeff. I'm sure I said hello. Raise My Walls also has that guy from Vikings in it. It's so weird. It's so weird. Okay, it's got such a cool bit of well-being. Simon David, he converted to be Jewish, right? I'm not sure if he converted Orthodox. So here's the thing. We Orthodox Jews only count Orthodox Jews, but you know what? Like every denomination of Jews, if they get divorced, they need an Orthodox divorce document called a get. I used to be on the Jewish divorce school when I lived in Miami. We'll do them good lights. Anything between 4 and 10 a week. We did a lot, right? So if you're like Reform, you'll need a Orthodox Jewish divorce called a get to be able to get remarried. Just the way we roll, baby. So I'm not sure if he converted Orthodox or not. I think Kate, what's her name, did though. You know who definitely did, right? Donald Trump's daughter, right? This is one of the reasons I think Donald Trump is a reincarnation of a biblical figure called Achashverosh, right? Achashverosh, okay, there is a weird, how can I put this? Interchangeability between daughters and wives in biblical texts, right? Like Mordecai, the hero of the story, raised this orphan daughter who then fell madly in love with him. And they figured he was bad. Yeah, I'll try and put it on server. Problem being raised by wolves. I'll try and get up by tomorrow. Yeah, listen, at my age, it takes me a while to get it up. What's so she went from daughter to wife, right? It's a bit funny, right? A bit funny. It's a classic. It's not a pedo thing, but it does certainly sound that way. But it's whatever. Okay. But anyway, she then ended up having to marry Ahasuerus, this guy who's basically Donald Trump with axes. With like Donald Trump meets Robert Baratheon. That's basically who he was, right? Imagine Donald Trump if he was in battle instead of business. That's basically who he was, right? He was a barbarian who led a revolution and took over the country. But again, much like Donald Trump, right? He was a very popular, big populist. Anyway, so he chose as his wife the only surviving member of the royal family because he killed the rest of them, Vashti, right? And then through a series of unlikely coincidences, she ended up getting banished, and they did I won't say a beauty contest, but a shaggability contest, right? For Ahasuerus' new bride. Everybody had to be evaluated, and then so that's how Esther was discovered, and ended up being forcibly married to Ahasuerus, right? She then, her son though was the person who legalized the Jewish return to Israel, making this the end of the first exile, which was about 70 years. So he was a messianic figure, sort of. Okay, so but Esther was somebody who was famously beautiful, who had her Jewishness taken. She went from being Jewish to not being Jewish, sort of thing. Even though she was, but she wasn't. So the same thing with Donald Trump's daughter in reverse, right? It's that weird biblical logic that I could see that like she went from being not Jewish to being Jewish, right? And I think her conversion was definitely Orthodox. So she really is. She's very observant as far as I can tell. Anyway, there you go. Just another reason I like the Donald. I feel he's close enough to being one of the tribe. Actually, Orthodox Jews love the Donald, right? They absolutely do. They had like prayer groups at the Trump rallies. Like Orthodox Jews prayer groups. Orthodox Jews love the Donald. I mean, like super love the Donald, right? Because he fits every idea of what a messianic figure for the nation of Edom, who were bad guys, but now apparently good, is, right? This guy Edom, the way it was described in the Bible, his only description was he was big and orange. Ethiopian Jews are one of the oldest tribes there is. That is true. There's a weird Ethiopian holiday. I can't remember what it is, where they go to a mountain and they point to Jerusalem, right, to remind themselves that they're Jewish, right? But now they all live in Israel. There's a big debate about where they point to. So there you go. They know where the Ark of the Covenant is. It's apparently it's buried under the Temple Mount. it's not the biggest secret. You're not allowed to. The Arabs aren't as big into finding it, right? They don't like us burying that. One second. Incoming message. Oh, 1 second. Fine. Yeah, we have a guest coming up. Very good. Oh man, I can't wait to tell him this news. Okay, fine. Very good. Fine, he'll be here in about 10 minutes. I'll finish the chat by then. Every time bringing around stuff, I mean, like something. If something's going to go down, it's then, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's too obvious. I get a total 1939 views this whole Ukraine thing. I walk around thinking everything's going to be that domino that starts everything, right? I don't know. Penis? So the problem being, well, whatever takes your fancy, my good man. I mean, I actually, this is a true story, okay? And this is really, okay, I'm saying true story. I'm lying because of the joke. This is a true story, right? So there's a mate of mine, a lot. I was having about 15 years ago, I was having a terrible time with money, like absolutely terrible time. Wasn't able to get a job or earn it. I was really doing badly. So this rabbi I was speaking to said, "Look, I know this guy's a spiritual healer." And he's like, "You want to go?" I'm like, "I don't really believe in that crap. That's just all crap." He said, "No, go and give him a call." So he lives in Israel. Turned out it was my roommate from rabbinical seminary. A lot. Okay. So he did this like voodoo on me. I felt my head vibrate. Like weird. And then I was able to make money. It was a weird thing, right? Weird thing. But anyway, he talks about past life regression a lot, right? It's one of the things he believes in. It's a Jewish concept. So anyway, one of my past lives, he believes I owned a brothel, and I said I totally believe it. I will be not judgmental at all. I thought I'll be very, very good at that. I'll be very good at that. I don't know if anybody I missed. Ricana students have been in the rational surveillance that said no one I really know gives a toss, but it's looking like a distraction from the DC political. That's exactly what it looks like. I mean, honestly, if I was Ukraine and Russia, I would just make a deal, right? I would just make a deal. I don't know why. I mean, listen, they want access to the warm water port. Why don't they just like make money? Okay, finance. That would probably do the trick, right? And they'll make America look stupid, and they'll make Russia look strong, which is not really that hard, is it? Steve Amram, how you doing? Is your acting career going down the drain anytime soon? To say I'm trying, probably. No, they just want to say it a lot. I'm starting to think Book of Boba Fett episodes 1 and 4 were written that way for Kathleen Kennedy who monitoring it, the whole pre-production. That would make sense. Book of Boba Fett 5 and 6 been pretty good. Yeah. I mean, listen, I love the Luke Skywalker. Oh my god. Freaking love the Luke Skywalker. That was great. Funmaker gave free skydiving to gays. So inclusive. Oh, okay, that's good. Free sky. Yeah. Well, no, I think it's only the gays that get that. I don't think hot being the prerequisite, but it doesn't hurt, does it? I mean, really. Listen, if Jodie was attractive, if Jodie was hot, it would make everything a lot easier, right? I mean, like, well, at least she's hot, right? Like, if she looked like Jerry Ryan in prime 7 of 9 shape, right? You'd be like, well, at least she's hot. I mean, like, really, right? You would do that, wouldn't you? Right? You would. I mean, I would. Tarzan says Cynix. You are right. Tarzan's due for a comeback, I think, right? If you ever read the book Planetary, they had a really nice take on it. Great art by John Cassidy. We'll look at it sometime. Colin, quick KK, gone to head office. See, that was a Luke Skywalker training Grogu. Yes, I bet that's exactly what happened. You're making a lot of sense. Arab citizens in Israel have the right to vote. So like a partner. They won MasterChef. I mean, really? Don't forget that. I mean, every office has Jews and Arabs. Like, it's so stupid. Like, you've no idea how blended societies they are, right? It's so crazy. Okay, I'm about 10 minutes behind. I've got to catch up. Whoopi and KKK have the same opinion. It is true. It is true. I said thanks. He probably thinks thanks. I don't know what for, but you're welcome. Okay, well, anybody new? Oh, don't tell us. I don't remember. We've actually had a conversation. I'm just looking for people atting me. I grew up in a vegetarian household. Bacon tastes so much better than when it's a bit of fruit. Oh man, bacon is so good. Oh, I miss bacon. Man, I like Trump because he absolutely zero fracks given. No. Trump 2.0 is going to listen. I thought the world would end before 2024. Now it's like I still think it will actually, quite frankly. The day is it's only January, right? We haven't done the Olympics yet. Oh, it's only February, I should say. But if Trump gets back in office, forget it. Everyone's fired. Oh my God, that's a red-eye Trump. If he gets back in office, everything's over, right? Everything's over. I'll finish the chat by then. I'm nearly there. Come on, I'm nearly there, says Lonnie. Tzvi Lebetkin, no, all we know the ark was found by Indiana Jones is now kept at Warehouse 13. Indeed. Well, is it still there? What happened to stuff in Warehouse 13? It's been a long time ago. Probably been sold off to Amazon as storage and smelted, right? That's right. That's probably what's gone on. Nice stuff, guy, but no. Oh, really? Wow. Okay. I tell you, problem being I like that your standards are good. Okay. I mean, Liz Perry. I could go for that. And before 2024. Hey, I got in the chat. Robert Payne. Look at me. Look at me go. Fine. Let's go to. Okay, this lets me open other tabs, I think. So if I go over here and go to pocketmags.com, I can't do this at the same time as I stream. Okay, fine, because you guys normally watch this bit. Hang on, it's opening up. Read now. Actually, it's going to be very hard, isn't it? She cried. It's going to be very hard. Think of the past, mate. Think of the past. Is this it? There you go. But I can't do the chat at the same time. It's a good issue, by the way. I by accident, but it's actually a good issue. Before we listen, as I'm waiting for a guest, let's look at these inserts from Matt Streevers. It's so stupid. Like, why are you so proud of yourself? Like, really? I mean, dude, it's not like it's gone well. Okay, like, why? What was that? Why is there so much confidence in that face? Okay, Mel, how you doing? Why? I don't understand. It's crazy. I feel real pride and a sense of achievement to have seen the era and the Doctor through. Oh God! You mean you didn't quit or die? I mean, that's not that impressive. Look at this, Mandip Gill acting. I mean, look, at least Sash the One looks like he can act. This is Mandip Gill acting. Okay, which one is the actor? One of these things is not like the other. Really? Mandip Gill acting. It's like... Okay, now let's go to a real actor. Oh, okay. That's better. Should have been the meddling monk. Okay, let's read this. Oh, no, come back. No, where'd that go? There we go. I mean, like, what about this says Doctor Who? I mean, really? What about that goes, oh, that is Doctor Who. Yeah. We need a little bit more. It's still a little bit masculine. Right. Okay, can we put an instruction? When you look at it, you should put your finger up your ass. Really? Yeah, because I don't think you get the full effect without that finger going up your. Are you sure? Right, like you need to really work it up and down. Okay. Oh, I feel like a woman now. Okay, that's good. Oh God, and she's like everything about this is bad. Everything about this is not good. Okay, like what the hell? What's the thought process that says, oh, you know what? Says Doctor Who? Yeah. Well, this must be season 1, right? This is how clueless they were, right? In season 1, they really thought this was going to be exciting to people. Like, look at us, we're multicultural, and we got a rainbow. And look, we're not racist. We're a white old man too. Who's actually the best character? That is, I can't remember what season did she have the. Did she have her hair that way? I think it's that one. I think it's the first one. Trouble is, I don't really remember because I don't really care. Okay, Ryan. By the way, why would Ryan with dyspraxia, who couldn't ride a bike, was it like the next episode was doing backflips and stuff, right? Like with shooting out robots. I don't understand. Okay, I don't understand. Oh, okay, but you take my point. If Jodie Whittaker was Jerry Ryan hot, right, 7 or 9, in a prime, right, spandex outfit, heels, the whole thing, you'd be like, oh, at least she's hot. I mean, like, really? So this is what I didn't read in my video, right? So I'm saving this for the live stream. Okay, this is for you because you're one. By the way, sign up my Substack. Freaking awesome! It's freaking awesome. Listen, one person signed up their Substack and they instantly orgasmed. Okay, that just happened. You know, I don't know why. I don't know if you'll have the same thing, but give it a go, baby. Give it a go. Jodie is just phenomenal, says Matt, of the woman who's been at the helm of the TARDIS throughout that time of the show. She's not only an incredible actor. Well, she's incredible. I mean, I would say unique. I would say, she gives a performance like none other. Certainly none other that has an ability to give a performance. She's an incredible actor, but an incredible human being. Yes, she's incredibly shallow. I mean, honestly, she's so unbelievably, mind-meltingly shallow. It's really quite wonderful. Doctor Who is so mad and so manic and so full on. Yeah, no, Doctor Who is under your tenure is shit. It's not good. None of it is good, right? I mean, do you remember that bit in Pulp Fiction? Yeah, not Pulp Fiction. Reservoir Dogs, right? Great movie. You haven't seen it. So Tim Roth is shot into the stomach, and he asks Harvey Keitel, like, "How is it? How is it?" And Harvey's like, "It's not good. Okay, it's not good. We've got to get you to medical." Like, that's what it is. It's not good. It's not good. My other reference in my life, by the way, was I sold my house in Miami for a massive profit just as the real estate bubble burst in Miami. Like, yeah, I was the last house that got in, and the guy was really dodgy, massively overpaid, and he did these really dodgy mortgages. I don't care. I got the money. I got out. So then, about 5 years later, I was visiting there, and I was walking by the house, and he's like, and he saw me, the guy, and it was like that bit in Pulp Fiction where Mr. Wallace sees Bruce Willis, like he's like walking across in the street, he's like, mother. That's exactly what it was like. Oh, very good. My guest is here. I think it's always a good time. It's always a good time to jump in on this. Sometimes you need something a little bit of cut above, a little bit to raise you higher. You need a regalness, a stature. Unfortunately, I can only get Birmingham Realty. Royalty, not realty. It is, of course, Birmingham's King of the Geeks, the very own Dan Hadley. How are you, sir? That is good. I don't know if you're saying anything, but I can't hear. Your microphone's off.
There. Is it? Like,
there you go.
Is that it? Is that it?
I was just saying, it's so Doctor Who-y, isn't it? Like really, it was so incredibly Doctor Who-y. like, how can they be any more Doctor Who-y, right? Okay, fine. Listen, I have to go to the headline. Now you're here, I have to go to the headline.
Oh no, right? What's happened now?
Okay, first let's go over to what's it? Doctor Who? Oh, what's the site with the ratings? Ratings.
Is it Doctor Who.tv?
I think there you go. There you
They
go.
do it, don't they?
Now, I've discovered a funny thing. Ha ha! Now you see the overnight figure there, right?
Yeah.
So there you go, 3.21, right? Their overnight figure, right?
Okay.
So let's go to Doctor Who Battlefield. This is the lowest rated episode of Doctor Who ever, right?
Yeah.
And it got a 3.1, right? 3.1.
Yeah.
Now, would you say that's the overnight, or would you say that's people who watched it when it was on? Oh, wait, I'm not going between the tabs. Oh, dang it. See, this is the problem. This is the problem when I use... I should be using a separate browser. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. Let me open all this. If I just move this over here. Aha! I bet this will work. 1 second. If I go over to remove, I go to...
Well, in answer to your question, I know that the ratings then are compiled slightly differently to how they are now.
Right.
Audience appreciation figures are completely different. But I don't know what would have been recorded there, whether that would have been the overnight or the accumulated figure.
Anyway, so I've made a bit of a discovery, right? 3.21. That's what I thought. That's why I was comparing to the 3.1. I think the 3.1 is people who watched it as it went out, right? So let's have a look over here. We go to Brave tab. I like Brave, by the way. It's a good.
Yeah, you've told me how good that is.
I've been very happy with it, I have to say. So let's go over to the ratings. Where is it? And it's a wonderful article, public image. So I was going to read this, but look at this. So they want to show you how the how much a growth it is between the ratings as it aired and the ratings 28 days later.
I have to say, do you ever wonder, Rabbi, that you know, Tom Spilsbury must spend all month writing the next one of these? Do you think that when he goes out for lunch and walks down the high street to the cafe or something, he's put that much spin into these articles that he's all over the fight? Oh, he can't fucking stand up. He doesn't know what he's doing.
He's God bless him. He's earning a living.
He very much,
God
he
bless
very much is.
But well, so
yeah.
But do you see? So they wanted to make that gap look quite big. It goes from like 2.44 to 5. So it's like it's a 2.8 million jump. So you think it's a significant jump through iPlayer, but then I realized something. These ratings they got for live are way less than the overnights, aren't they? The overnight I had for even the Daleks was 3.21. So the live figure
is the deficit?
Figure is 2 million.
And these he's got it there that they're from Barb. So those figures that we've been getting, that have been flooding through Twitter, and that we've gone straight to our platforms with and our friends to talk about them with, it would appear that they have already been gently massaged until they've got a semi.
What I think is going on is it's the live figure plus the people who watched it within 12 hours on iPlayer. Or at least watch 2 minutes of it within iPlayer.
Oh my God. Yes, I bet you're right.
I bet that's figure.
Right. Overnight for everything. Rather than just, oh my God. So
it's
actually
been
the ratings...
under Sylvester McCoy for ages.
The whole time. The lying shit.
Look at that. Look at that.
Right.
Incredible. Incredible.
Absolutely right. Because they would have been
under Sylvester McCoy.
Because that first 24 hours is within that 7-day period.
Mm-hmm.
That figure doesn't start again. They don't stop the clock and then start it again.
No.
My God. You're absolutely right. In which case, these are EastEnders levels of low.
Yeah, I mean, no, these EastEnders, they still augment. These EastEnders must be about 1 million. Like EastEnders are ridiculous.
My God. But of course, Tom, to be fair to him, he's been a journalist for a long, long time. His commitment to actually putting out truth means that he couldn't with good conscience, put both figures out, that original
Oh, he could
overnight
have done.
figure
He
and
could
the
have done the
7-day
overnight.
figure.
He could have done the overnight. He
But
wanted to
as
make
you
the
say,
light look bigger.
yes, he wants to make it look like overnight figures are, oh, think of the past, flippity-jibbit, and all this sort of stuff. But in doing so, he's actually exposed this vulnerability and this harsher truth.
They always expose things by being stupid. It's always stupidity. Like Watergate was just stupidity.
So obviously you wonder how long have they been doing this? Because the iPlayer, like the last Capaldi season, went out nearly 5 years ago.
Yeah, I bet that Capaldi figure is much closer to the overnight. Is much closer to their live figure, don't you think?
I'd say so.
It's crazy.
You've cracked it. This is it may seem like a small realization to, and you take it on Twitter and there'll be, oh, so what? Oh, well, so what? It's still more people than ever watched you, and I'm the license fee doesn't pay for me. What can I say?
Listen, I mean, like CNN now, their ratings are about 700,000 on primetime. Right? Yeah, I mean, like Nerd Rodriguez gets those numbers on a video.
I said the same to Problem Being when we were talking about it.
I mean, he really does. It's not even. I'm not even close. He gets like Friday Night Tights gets more than that. I don't. Honestly, listen. God bless everybody who watches them. I can't do the 5-hour stream. I can't even. I don't know how to do it. The beginning of them. They just like. It's too much for my head. I guess it's if you just like want it in on the background or something.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's a whole sort of culture around Disney. It's all a bit too much for me, but I always try and take a look. Yeah, I think that could be what it is, different kind of culture. But it was a guy who was on Twitter having a go at. Actually, I think it was Noel, not Lee. He said something like, "Oh, let this be a lesson to the likes of," and he tagged Gary and you, Gary, you, Noel.
I didn't even notice.
And there's three or four of us. This has been a good week and a half ago, and he was going, "Let this be a lesson to all these, haters or whatever the silly."
What was the lesson?
The fact that, just simply the fact that it doesn't really matter how low the Whittaker stuff has got. That more people watch Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who than watch people on YouTube is what they were basically saying. So what do we know?
Well, who gives a crap? Yeah.
Like that's a point.
You broadcast me. Okay, I'll go head to head. You give me an hour on Sunday at 7:00 and see how many figures I bring in. Okay.
My money's on the Jewish fella.
Yeah. Bull crap. I'll beat you 2 million. Shut up. Easy on that.
Put the rabbi on the one show.
Give me a BBC. Give me a Radio Times cover. Okay. Teasy. And I'm not a big YouTuber. Like, can you imagine like a big easy?
I completely agree. I mean, obviously, we sort of pump out our content to our lovely friends out there within this geek culture sphere, and particularly around Doctor Who. But there are massive YouTubers within the UK. You've always said it. That the BBC should sort of become this sort of social media
a social media
hybrid.
This is how the BBC should work, right? You need to be able to comment on their programming, on their drama and their comedy and their programming, and comment on it, build that into it, but then have comment. Get rid of Gary Lineker. Get rid of all your bullshit commentary. Yeah. Just have everybody be able to comment themselves, and who's ever popular, then you elevate. That's where you get your talent from.
I agree. I don't understand. It's this resource of people who, in many cases, the platform can do the sifting for them to find quality people. And to bring them through the British public, as my friend JT would say, the great British public, and bring them through and put real voices on the television, not necessarily with their own opinions. You don't get them to write the scripts, but that's what real representation is, and that's the real voice of Britain.
Exactly.
More to the point, Rabbi, those are the people that pay the TV license, and therefore.
I mean, listen. Honestly, I mean, don't you think more people want to listen to Nigel Farage than I don't know whatever? any number of bullshit commentators that are always waffling on that nobody listens to.
Yes, it's because, and this is whether or not you agree with Nigel Farage or not. It's because Nigel Farage believes every single word that he says with complete and utter conviction.
Speaks human being.
He does.
Honestly, I liked Jeremy Corbyn when I first saw it.
So
I was like, oh, he's not like a politician. I liked him.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, yeah. Then when he started waving the swastikas, I was like,
you can go off people.
Maybe give him that miss. But like at first he spoke like a human being. It's crazy.
He seemed like an average guy. Of course, then you find out that he's got his personal fortune is like 2.5 times more than Boris Johnson's, and that's not an exaggeration. And the man is an enormous hypocrite in every conceivable way, and in my view, a massive racist.
Well, there is that.
You can go off people really, really quickly, as I've said. But this is the thing. I mean, the BBC, I believe that the BBC can be saved relatively easily, and all of the fuss.
Yeah, but they need the will to do it. That's the thing. BBC can be saved by tomorrow. Okay, they just all they got to if they just come on and say, "Listen, we've screwed up." Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Like we're gonna and they say what they've done, and they say we're gonna fire everybody, get rid of the entire box checking category. Like get rid of June Sarpong and her entire ilk.
God. Yeah.
Right?
She works 3 days a week and gets paid more than the Prime Minister as well.
Axe. You don't need that. Like honestly, get rid of all of that. And I think that's what you need. That's what you need a director general to come in and do. Like
the joke was when she was at T4 all those years ago. Well, not that long ago, actually, around 10, 12 years ago. There was a rumor going around within broadcasting. Because I know several people who work in TV, and the myth was, or the legend was, that June Sarpong doesn't do stairs. So you can see the kind of person that she allegedly is. She's got a history of diva-ish behaviour, and
okay. Listen, it sounds good to be oppressed. What can I tell you? It sounds good to be oppressed. So let's read the article because I promise this is the stream. Yeah. But yeah, the headline is it got 2 million versus McCoy's 3.1. So screw off, okay?
Yeah.
It got 2 million versus McCoy's 3.1. All right, so for good reason, because it's shit, right? And and the way they record the iPlayer ratings is bullshit. Like the Barb we can rely on, but the iPlayer is you watch it 2 minutes, you're a full view. Absolute nonsense, right? Why not make it real? Right, like you watch 10% of it, you've got your 10% of a view.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And that's how what the ratings are really like. Okay, fine. Let's read this. The Daleks may have lost their New Year's Eve battle with the Doctor and with the ratings, but who run the weight ratings well? Tom Spilsbury has the stats, and listen, however he can spin this, God bless him. Okay, I can't knock him. It's very impressive. Wait, did you see Boba Fett this week?
No.
Oh my God!
I've become
full-on Luke Skywalker for a lot of it.
Really?
It's really good.
Oh, okay. Well, because I got really bored with it 2 weeks ago, and
Forget everything. Up to episode 5. Okay, it's all shit. And here's the incredible bit: Boba Fett's in it for like a minute, and the minute he's in it, it's shit. It's incredible.
Well, yes. Sounds like I've taken my eye off the ball just as it started to move because I was
so the
really bored by the third and fourth ones.
PD Rich had the theory, right, that it was Kathleen Kennedy were monitoring the first 4 episodes. And all of a sudden, now it's good again. Now it's right back to Mando.
Oh, okay. I'll catch up this weekend.
It's really worth it. Okay, here's it. Episode 5, you got it's like 40 minutes long. You got a fantastic 20 minutes, like just a awesome 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it goes into like not even Caravan of Courage. It's more like have you ever been to Disney?
No.
Okay, so when you're in line for these incredible rides, they have like these little shows that all set up that you watch, like on the monitor and things like that. It's like that. It's like that. It's like so it's okay. It's a bit. I don't know what's the name of the Disney hotel that sounds awful. That's super expensive.
Galaxy's Edge. Is that
Galaxy's Edge? That's not the name of the hotel. It's something Star Cruiser.
yeah. I know the one you mean. Yeah.
So that was you're supposed to go in this special. When you leave this, you're in space all the time, and to get to the park, you go on a shuttle, right? And it's a special bus with the windows blacked out with the LCD screens, and you fly, and they basically fly into the planet, and so you go from like night to day, basically, right? So then you get out. They were going to use a Mercedes bus for it to refit it, but now they're using a box truck.
Really?
It's not going well.
Going well.
Go woke, go broke, baby.
Who's driving it? Who's driving it this week? Whoopi Goldberg.
Apparently, no. She's threatening to quit now.
Is she? Oh my God! I've only been offline for 12 hours.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Go back to the article. Better get back to the article for your punters.
Oh, you're right. But my video on that drops tomorrow. It's okay. I have 4 wonderful clips. Whoopi Goldberg on The View, right?
Yes.
Saying her idiocy. Then she doubles down on it, right? By Stephen Colbert for some reason. She's like doesn't get it, does it? Then on The View the next day, they've had a talking to her. Right, she's like, I will say anything at this point. I'm sorry. At this point, I am. Please, I'm wrong. Please, I'm wrong. Please listen to me. I'm wrong. Right, that's basically where she is. And then I feel bad for her. Right, I feel bad for her. But then we play a little montage of her doing exactly much worse for much less.
Really?
Yeah, being roasting other people. So
I mean, last week it was when I came on to speak to you in the same slot. Actually, it was what's his name? The guy from Game of Thrones. What's his name? We were talking about the dwarf. All that. Tzvi Lebetkin. So they were taking all that heat from him, and then the little people, they got quite ugly, didn't they? Because Dinklage had done 7 of the amount of work.
Apparently so, yes.
This week
it's like, really? Yeah, can I come my job back? Fine, let's get the article. Okay. It does sometimes feel as if the public image is caught in a time loop. In the 17 years since we reported the huge audience for Rose, issue 356, there have been some absolutely terrific ratings to write about, and plenty more that have been perfectly ordinary. And every time Doctor Who's viewing figures are ordinary, you get a column like this one. Okay, he's like, I don't know how to do it this week. Okay, I've done everything. It's not my fault. Okay.
Oh, Tom.
So with that in mind, we can tell you that 4.4 million viewers watched Even the Daleks within 7 days. That's a 7-day figure. Oh no, Doctor Who's doing fine. Yeah. No, it's because of interwebs, YouTube, Netflix. Yeah, Netflix.
It's Netflix.
Yeah. It's not because we're shit and everybody hates us, right? That's just coincidental. I mean, listen, even if we were good and everybody loved us, then we'll still get 4.4. No, you wouldn't, Captain Weirdo. So, okay, we can say, so with that in mind, we can tell you that 4.4 million viewers watched Even the Daleks within 7 days, making it the 26th. 26th! Do it quickly. Just say it quick. You should put it in small letters. The 26th most watched program of the week, given that Revolution of the Daleks show New Year's Day was seen by 6.36 million, which they're not highlighting for some reason, and finished the week in 10th place. This marks a significant year-on-year decline. Oh, you noticed that, did you, mate? You know, and here's the weird thing.
That's a massive admission for Tom Spilsbury. And I don't say that with malice. You know, I like and respect Tom, but he's got his work cut out for him with this column.
What what can you do? Look, the numbers are the numbers. The column is the numbers. It's like there's only so much you can do with it. And 4.4 is an embarrassment. Like it is. Like for your 7 day, it's such an embarrassment.
Yeah,
it really is in such
really
it's a massive decline. And here's the thing: this is the best they've done. Honestly, this last year has been the best work they've done.
Yeah.
They're getting the shit ratings for the last 2 years. That's why. And this won't bring people back. This will just make it easier for people like me not to want to shoot myself. Like as I'm watching the show, I have to review it. So I'm not like literally getting a can of petrol and gobbing it over myself and trying just playing with a lighter. Like maybe it'll be spark and I won't have to watch it.
And can you imagine? Because as we know, you only have to watch like 4 minutes of this for it to count as a view with the iPlayer.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 4 minutes, you get 2 views.
Minutes.
What
a world.
Fine. So it's indeed, even the Daleks has the unfortunate distinction of being the lowest rated Doctor since its return. No, you lying piece of shit. No, not since its return. Ever. 2 million viewers.
Yeah.
Yo.
We're talking all time. We're talking all time lows now.
It's yeah.
It's sad, but it's
a
true.
record set by Village of the Angels, an episode people quite liked.
Ship sailed.
What?
The ship has sailed understandably after 3 years of constant diarrhea.
Exactly. I mean, exactly. I mean, I love it how they put a script just down to 1 page this month. It's normally 2 pages, right? Just a few weeks earlier. It's surprising that it happened with a special entertainment hits of 2021, averaging 8 million views a week. He's calling them out. Okay, the Surreal Singing Contest launched its third series directly opposite the Doctor at 7 p.m., attracting lower than anticipated 5.21 million viewers. So while The Masked Singer certainly didn't demolish Doctor Who, it seems like the two shows have split prime time audience with the families choosing one or the other. No, they're all watching YouTube. They're watching me. They're watching YouTube. You piece of shit. God. Oh.
The Masked Singer did destroy.
Masked Singer. Yeah, no, it was good. Yes, you got 4.4 against them. You lost against the Masked Singer. And you should be ashamed. Can you imagine Variety Lambert? Like we revive her. We've got the technology. We can revive Variety, or we can make an AI perfectly creating about she's like, what has happened to the world? What has happened to my creation? Said, Doctor Who was watched by 4.4 million viewers. So that seems rather low. Maybe people are doing things. Oh yeah, people do things. So what was watched by more? She watched it and she just pulls the plug on herself. Like what? That?
I'm going back to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, corrupt my disc. No. Attracting. Didn't know viewers had an easier choice later that evening as BBC One launched the new drama The Tourist, which was ranked 8.69 million because they didn't know it's going to be shit. Okay, that's the deal. It was new. It had people in it they knew, and they didn't know it was going to be shit. Doctor Who, they know it's going to be shit. Who was in The Tourist?
That was I can picture the face. Oh no, yeah, it's nobody important. One of the people they're trying to push at the moment, it was probably Saran Jones or somebody like that.
Whatever. The second only to the New Year's Eve fireworks, 10.11. Yeah, anything that you shut up in, right? Anything that we have any confidence that you won't. You're telling us we're bad people because we're white, right? Really? Anything we can have any hope that won't happen, we'll tune into. Just not your bullshit, which is relentless. Oh, and man, they are going down with the ship. They're going down hard. It's incredible. It's just going to get worse, baby. I mean, you've noticed the craze is getting crazier, right?
Oh, they are. But because they are effectively, this is the moment now where the iceberg hit the ship. It broke in two. Okay, they are now strapped to the wreckage, to the doors, and shivering on the crest of a wave now, waiting to be picked up. They're now biding time till November.
Oh yeah, that's certainly what Big Finish is doing, right? We're going to be looking at Big Finish next.
And DWM.
Yeah. They are they're like, yeah, we can do Jodie as much as we like now. Although I say this issue surprisingly good. There's a lot in it I liked.
I've got it over there. I picked it up on my way here.
It was that, yeah. They got the Mind of Hodiak thing. I'm really up for. It looks like a great article. There's a lot in it this month, which is very good. I mean,
apart from the fact that Type 40 we aren't in it this month, but apart from that, it's really good.
Yeah, exactly. You were in it last month. Yeah. Yes, oh no, I went. You know what? I realized afterwards, right? When I did my review of it, I saw it was a Josh Schneer's video that was on it. I was like, oh man, see, that's wrong with Doctor. They only ever show one side of the story. I totally forgot you were in it last month, right? I remember. I'd open this video. I'm like, yeah, screw it, it's staying. If they know, they'll tell me in the comments. Fine, let's keep going. Second New Year's Day has never been quite as good as Christmas Day for bringing in additional viewers to the Doctor. You chose it, arseholes. You chose it, right? We can only speculate why that may be. Maybe because people are waking up from hangovers and it's not a warm family time, you silly cunts. Okay, Christmas is Christmas. I know you hate it because it comes from the Bible, but that's what you get to hang. It's nice. You sit around together. You feel good. Why? Because your soul feels good, right? It's not that you're waking up, and you go staggering to the mirror and you see a string hanging out your mouth and you go, oh God, I hope that's a tea bag. Tell you, there's a lot of things, disturbing things that will happen to you if you reach my age. Let me tell you. But that's what New Year's Day is. Let's watch a bit of Jodie. Oh no, I forgot. It's shit. Oh God. It's like that's the elephant in the room. Are you forgetting that Doctor Who with Jodie Whittaker is shit? Oh, it's relentlessly shit. Oh, okay. Let me keep going. But perhaps it's saying they're simple as families are more likely to gather on Christmas Day. Yeah, well, really? Ding-a-ling. Oh, my God. The third possible factor is even the Daleks aired just a few weeks short of the Vanquishers. Yeah, okay. And they remembered how shit Doctor Who is. Right? They remembered it made no sense and it was stupid.
I love how we're drifting away from ratings analysis of hard fact into amateur psychology. It's like an episode of fucking Columbo. What is this?
Maybe they were feeling their bumps and they were busy.
Yeah, read the tea leaves.
It's a point that viewers perceives it just another episode rather than an event. As ever, we should stress that anything pulling more than 4 million viewers is still a decent-sized chunk of the day in this day and age. Piss off. Doctor Who was comfortably inside the top 30. Beating the weakest link. It doesn't even have what's name in it anymore, does it?
No. Anne Robinson? No, they've got some other...
Yeah, who gives a shit? Michael McIntyre's the will, and not by much.
Somebody said to me once a few weeks ago, and I can't remember who it was, but it'll dawn on me later on. They said, do you really want to judge the success of your program based on the failure of others? And I think that's absolutely right.
And the Downton Abbey movie that's already paid for itself in the cinema, and people own the DVD of it, and it's been on streaming, right? It's the premiere. Oh, please, it's old. Okay, it's old. People already have it. If they want it,
a good 3. That was pre-pandemic. That film came out, so yeah.
Speaking of which, though. I want to see the Pam and Tommy TV show. I'm so going to grab myself.
Yeah. It looks. I'm getting a real thing for Lily James. I have to say.
She's hot. She's super hot, and good actress too. See, by the way, my premise earlier, by the way, was okay. When I was looking at what's his name here, let me share the screen again.
Yeah.
We'll go back to the article in a second. Share screen. It's a window.
I must apologise for the state of me, everybody. I've been working out, so if you think I look bad, you should smell me.
I just think you look rugged. I
like that word.
Oh, wrong one.
I'll take that.
I got confused. Easily happened. That's the one. 1 second. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at my own jokes. Did you see the thumbnail?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So
I didn't even recognise that bloke, but yeah, we'll be talking about that a little later on tonight as well.
Yeah, who knows? Could be bloody anyone. Doesn't matter. I can't. Oh yeah. So I said. So I was surprised. I said problem B. How would you rate? Look, he's my go-to. Male libido, right? He's my go-to right?
Gay friend. Yeah.
He's like, nah. I'm like, really? He just looks hot to me. Okay. He just like. So then I said, he said, yeah, it takes more than being hot to be the Doctor. I said, yes, but imagine if Jodie Whittaker, right, was super hot, was Jerry Ryan prime 7 of 9 hot.
That's a
right,
big, big leap. Yeah, very big leap.
I think that would make a big difference.
It certainly would here.
Listen. You go. At least she's hot. Honestly, that's where I would be. At least she's hot. I feel like. Lily James. I like her. I like her as an actress. I like she chooses an interesting role. But I'm beguiled because she's so hot. Okay?
I never know. She's won me over. I used to think when she was in Downton, I thought she was just the replacement bit of crumpet for the other bit of crumpet, and I thought she was quite cute and everything. But it's as you say, you never know which call she's going to make next, which role she's going to take next, and so she's getting more interesting as she gets older.
She was in one of the last Kevin Spacey movies before he was cancelled. Baby Driver, and she was really good in it.
Yes, she was great in that.
She was playing a different role, right? And then she was in the Churchill movie, but now she's in from the trailers. It looks like Pamela Anderson, right? I completely believe it's Pamela Anderson.
Yeah,
right. I'm very apparently the boobs are prosthetic.
Yes, I joined those particular dots because I'd looked quite closely on previous occasions.
I was looking closely. Jerry Ryan would improvise better lines. That's the truth. Jerry Ryan's just a better actress, right? She genuinely is a better actress.
Yeah.
But no, she can. Don't you remember that there was a good Voyager once where she started being different people. She was like a little girl, and she really sold it. She was good.
Yeah, I like Jerry.
Okay. Finally, we can report the 28-day figures for Flux. As you can see in the chart below, every chapter has gained an additional 500,000 viewers. Only 500,000 who watched it after each episode's initial 7-day cutoff. Ooh, cutoff. Oh, piss off. Hopefully, the Daleks will follow suit. Oh, God. It will be intriguing to see if Doctor Who's rating will take an upturn towards as we head towards another regeneration. That's what I can say. Yeah, let's go to the
how would that be intriguing? Because the writing is clearly on the wall. This has happened several times. We know what the British public do in situations like this. Of course, more people will watch it because they want to see the character that they really dislike burst into flames, ideally for a head to come flying off or whatever's going to happen.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get regeneration.
I think that's very likely. Yeah.
Maybe open-ended, or I don't know. So, did you hear about this? I'm trying to decide if I want to buy it or not. Now, have you heard the Unbound range before?
I've heard the original sort of 6 or 7, and then the one they did with Jeffrey Belden again. But if they've done any in the last 4 or 5 years, then I haven't heard those. Oh, they did another one with David Warner, didn't they? They did do another one, but no, I don't think I've heard that. I've read this press release, and I did wonder what you would make of it. Yes, I've got all of those.
I'm going backwards and forwards. By the way, so this is the first one with Jeffrey Belden. If the Doctor hadn't left Gallifrey, right?
I liked all of them, to be honest. All those.
Yeah, that was a good one. This was if he arrived on Earth not in the 70s but in the 90s and regenerated into David Warner. That went off. They did the whole. She went off with like Bernie Summerfield and did like a bunch of box sets together. Eventually, he plays him like a hangover Hartnell. Essentially, I quite like it.
Yeah, I like what he does in that. I mean, it's not going to break any molds, but I think Warner's always good whether you can see him or hear him.
Was it the David Collins one? Is excellent. It's about what if the Doctor didn't have his morality and would kill. Very interesting one, right? I thought that was a good one. A great one by Gary Russell. He jested scars. What if the Valiard was a doctor? Oh, so good. It's Bonnie Lang was in it with Michael Jaston. This is awesome. I think this is probably one of the best ones of the bunch.
That was the only one Michael Jaston did for a long, long time as well, wasn't it?
Excellent. This was like a Radio 4 play, Deadline, with Derek Jacobi playing the guy who wrote Doctor Who, essentially.
Yeah.
And the weakest one of them was Arbella Ware as the female Doctor who I think killed herself to become. That's the only way you can, at that point, gender swap. Right?
Yeah. It didn't work. It didn't even make me laugh. That I think they were clearly trying to tickle the funny bone with that, but.
Yeah, it was. Listen, a female Doctor, I guess that's the way to go at the time. And then they did another one with Jeffrey Belden and Carol Ann Ford, Storm of Angels. I can't remember it, but I remember it being quite good. I like that. I remember liking it. I did the same thing with the David Warner and the Nicholas Courtney. Nicholas Courtney, they were great. So anyway, so now there's a new one out, right? They've let's go to the news. They've announced a new one. So I was saying earlier, I believe the absolute pinnacle of Doctor Who, the greatest moment of Doctor Who, was the moment in Genesis of the Daleks, where the Doctor's holding the two strands, and he asks themselves the question, do I have the right? Right? Do I have the right?
Yeah.
Right? And it was so morally ambiguous and intelligent. And in the end, he decided he didn't, which I loved. Man, I freaking loved that. Right? And it was... I think that's what they're trying to replicate with Eccleston in The Parting of the Ways, where he decided to not use the thing to block the Daleks at the end, right? So in this one, he's like, what happens if he did? Like, what if it was Jodie Whittaker? Hey, keep on. Yeah, like, hey. Oh, I'm so virtuous. Me kill the Daleks. Oh, let me don't come drown some Cybermen. So anyway, although she did commit genocide several times over in Doctor Who Flux, and did a little jig about it as well. Fine.
Yes.
With that, so that's why I'm a bit dodgy on the premise, because I really like that, and I don't like them undoing it. But I'm still on the fence, right? By the end of this article, we will decide. We will decide if I'm going to give it a pump. Okay. The first two box sets... there's more. 1 second. Doctor Who Writes History. The first two box sets explores an alternate timeline, so they must be doing more, I guess. Timeline set in an immediate aftermath of Genesis of the Daleks. This new Doctor Who, in a new Doctor Who Unbound adventure from Big Finish. Do I have the right? Yes, definitely. What if the full Doctor had answered the question on Skaro and destroyed the Daleks once and for all? Find out a new series of full cast audio dramas beginning with Doctor Who, Doctor of War Genesis, due out in April 2022. Colin Baker stars the unexpected incarnation of the War Doctor, the Warrior, as he encounters familiar faces from the past and future. Romana, played by Rebecca Knight, I have no idea who she is. The Master, Jeffrey Beavers, Alika's Muslim Perry, Nicola Bryant. You just took me into buying it. This newly battle-ready Time Lord faces a challenges never seen before. Is interested, but it's basically it's all about they have John Dorney writing the first one and James Kettle. And Lou Morgan's not bad, but she's more of a horror writer. She's done some okay stuff before, but let's keep reading. So the blurb is: times have changed. A choice was made, and the universe diverged. And now all of history is at war. One man stands at the center of it, but whose side is he on? Is he with the angels, the demons, or does anybody know which is which? He is the doctor. He was a doctor once, but now doctor no more. He's a warrior, the Doctor of War. 3 stories in the set include Dust Devil by John Dorney. So again, John Dorney, very, very bankable, right? He will almost always do a good script, right? The TARDIS crew, sorry?
Very listenable, I find his stuff.
Yeah. I mean, he's very rarely done anything dodgy. One of my favorite things of his was his adaptation of Farewell Great Macedon, which was the first Missing Doctor set. That's the first thing I heard of his. absolutely beautiful, right? Really beautiful piece of work. By the way, they're casting somebody new as the first Doctor in Big Finish.
Yeah, I did see that, but I wondered if it was real or not because it was apparently said was it in Vortex magazine or something?
Yeah.
So to replace David Bradley or in another range, like as they've
No,
done
it'll
here.
be another range. So I guess they're not doing Peter Purvis anymore.
Ah.
And I guess William Russell is too old as well.
Yeah, I never thought William Russell could pull that off anyway, to be honest. I thought Peter Purvis, it was a reach, but I could see why they got him to do it. When Fraser was doing...
I enjoyed them, to be honest with you, the Peter Purvis ones.
They were great. They were great stories. So, yeah, I suppose casting somebody new for that, would make...
I mean, honestly, I don't see why you go anywhere else than David Bradley. It seems like okay.
No, I mean, unless he's just too busy. I mean, he's very much in demand for a man in his mid-70s.
He's younger than that, though. No, he's younger than he looks. Okay, the TARDIS crew are on the run, pursued by an unstoppable force. But who is hunting them and why? Will they find the answers on Idaris, or just more questions? I like the War Doctor sets, and this feels kind of like that, right? The ripples are spreading out. The warrior is on trial, or is he? No one's willing to tell him his crime. So how can we know if he's guilty and who is trying him anyway? Sounds an interesting premise. That's a good log line. I like that. Okay, you've won me over with it. I think I'm buying this set, right? I think I'm giving it a punt at this point. If they don't think... Okay, right now, kids, this is what's going on. When you meet a young lady, if you're a young man, and you're a heterosexual young man, and you meet a young lady, right? And you're talking to her, you've bought her a drink, you're having a chat. She's evaluating if she's going to sleep with you, right? That's what's going on, right? And you reach a point in the conversation where she goes, as long as he doesn't say anything stupid. As long as he doesn't say anything stupid, I think he might be in.
We're on,
right? I think he might be in. That's where they are with me right now with this box set. Okay? As long as you don't say anything stupid, might be it. Okay? The warriors are present at the Time Lord and suffering from visions. Is he the right man to combat an invasion? Because someone out there in the wilderness of Gary, somebody with a warrior's face, and he's heading towards the capital. Okay. Producer David Richardson said, Doctor Unbound remains a very popular range in our back catalogue. It's been almost 15 years since releasing this series. In fact, Master War was just being finished off when I joined Big Finish. Again, there's the Bernie Summerfield range, the New Adventures. Well, we'll look at those in a second. But that's the David Warner Doctor. So here we are in 2022, and Unbound not only gets its own relaunch, but a mini-series too, stepping into the multiverse in a different timeline, where the Time War started earlier in the Doctor's life, and a different incarnation of the War Doctor is triggered. Here, the Doctor's life changes forever during Genesis of the Daleks. He takes a different... The only thing that puts me off is I don't like Tom Baker making that choice. That really bothers me, right? I think I can get over it, though. $17 or £17. Look, if you have a VPN and you can, it turns into dollars. I'm in Israel, so it's dollars for me. The second volume is out in September. I'll give you a punt on the first one, and you should be grateful of that, mate. Okay, I'm giving you a punt on the first one, and you should be totally grateful on that.
I can see why you're extending some generosity towards this based on the writers. I think it sounds. And I get that Unbound, there's always going to be a degree of contrivance in them by their very nature. But with me, it just sounds like too many things mashed up. Why should I care? Why should I care? Same with, I was so disappointed when I read what they were doing with that Peladon box set. So disappointed.
Oh, wait. What did you hear? I know David Tennant's in it.
Yeah, when I saw the cover, and it was yet again McGann, Colin Baker, and River Song. And how many discs?
Yeah, it's a bit desperate,
3 stories.
Right? It's a bit desperate.
Yes, they should be much more confident in David Troughton in this role and the strength of those 2 original Peladon stories. There's lots of scope in there for them to do other things. To lean on one Doctor, I could have forgiven that. 2 and River Song, No. This is way
It's
too
actually
much.
3 Doctors. There's a surprise cameo by David Tennant.
Ridiculous. Absolutely fucking
It
ridiculous.
is. It's very over-egging the pudding, right?
How
It's very
confident can they be that they've got a product here and a line that could potentially continue? It's beggars belief.
Seems to me that this is a very woke release, right? And that's why that's my guess. Why they
Oh,
pulled those
really?
member berries. Probably because it's super woke, is my guess.
I mean, somebody I know a little bit has worked on this, and obviously I'm very pleased to see people working on the lines, and particularly when it's their kind of dream job and it can take them where they want to go. But I think that is a cynical assembly of stories.
It just seems inexperienced to me more than cynical. Inexperienced and desperate, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it seems like to me. Looking forward to Space 1999. Looking forward to the Annihilators. I'm very dodgy about Jamie being this old. This is a good 40-year-old Jamie.
Yeah. I suppose he's meant to be the same age that he is in the 2 Doctors, but they've got some new photography of Fraser there. I was really interested in this until they announced that the 2nd Doctor was in it. I wanted a pure 3rd Doctor.
Yeah. That definitely detracted for me too.
And mate, 100%. I'm actually bang up for Michael Troughton playing the 2nd Doctor. I'm really excited about that. But putting them together like this it's yet another Big Finish multi-Doctor story. There's too many of those, and I would rather wait and hear him on his own terms, or maybe if they were going to sort of trial him in the role for a little while.
They should have done a half hour,
a short trip, something like that,
and given away for free.
And I would have set it, in the heart of the final episode of the War Games. I'd have had something psychological, something spoken word, something two-handed, and then we could have heard Michael take that role, because I think he can play this. I think he's going to do a beautiful job.
I'm a bit dodgy on him, but like you being up for him actually means a lot.
I've got a lot of faith. I don't think he would have done it he certainly wouldn't have done it for the money,
Yeah.
With what I do know about, I've never met him, but from what I've heard about him and how he feels about the part and about his father's connection to it, I don't think he would have done it just for a few quid.
Oh, there's a trailer out for Space 1999. At last, we've been waiting for this trailer. Have you heard any of this range yet?
You always ask me that, and no, I haven't.
It's okay.
I know it's supposed to be outstanding.
I love this range. Yeah, let's do the trailer, see what it's like. We'll stop and give our sparkling commentary. When it loaded up, there you go.
From Big Finish Productions, Space 1999, Earthbound.
Computer, what's the source?
Incoming messages, Commander.
Okay. Not a good trailer. Hasn't dragged me in yet. Right? We should have had a bang, or like Koenig or something. Right?
Start.
Yeah. Their trailers have. You listen to the old trailers compared to now. They know what they need to sell. They know what people want to hear.
Computer, cut the sound. I got a bad feeling about this. Eagle 5, this is Koenig. Turn around, Paul. It's not safe.
Yeah, that's where it should have started. Right there. Right? That the previous 30 seconds was bull crap.
It's an uncharted object, about 2,000 miles from us.
I'm right. Cut out that first 30 seconds, and I'm like, yeah. You're excited.
Roughly 6 miles across.
Maybe a warning beacon. Hazard ahead. Keep clear. Or a distress call. Pleading for help. Either way, we need to find out. It's like a forest down there. An anemone forest. Let's suit up. Okay. Auf den Lastwagen steigen. No, that was my grandfather.
John, that's a...
It needs more like sound effects of like things blowing up.
Yeah,
right,
it's not coming. It's not coming to life, is it?
Yeah. It's not working. I mean, man, I could have cut this down for him. 3.5 minutes long. Should have been 90 seconds max.
Plates are folding across the gaps, closing up. Activating laser turret. Nice moves. You better hurry, though. Computer signaling it's time for all remaining personnel to report to deep level safety zones.
Activating defense shields.
Alpha defense shields activated.
It's a simple choice. You either
Okay, I'm too bored. Leave me alone. I can't anymore. Man, that's boring the hell out of me. Let's talk. There, one second. Let me pull up the JPEG of your show you have tonight.
Yes, because I've got to
Far
shoot in
more
a couple of minutes
interesting.
and go and get myself ready. But yeah, we're back live at when are we? Yeah, 7:45 tonight on the Space Channel for more Type 40 live.
Yeah, let me pull up. She cried.
Yes, very, very good of you to let me plug the show. Thursday night is Doctor Who night here on WhoTube, isn't it?
I guess so.
It looks like it. Yeah,
although I have to do my Mandalorian recap. I'm so behind. I haven't even started that.
Yeah, so this is what's going down tonight. It's our 50th live stream as well in this series that we've been doing now for quite a while. So we're going to put up a little bit of bunting and celebrate. We've got a few parlour games lined up and the usual features that people like, the Doctor Who Diary and the Doctor Who ad break, all those things. But we'll also be taking the piss and going over some of the news. And lots of banter with everybody who's there watching in the chat on YouTube. So be there from 7:45 on the Spacebook channel for Type 40 Live. Very good.
This is live. This is not pre-recorded. How do you always find the ads? You like the limitless ads?
Well, you'd think so.
I mean, like, you always pull them up. Oh, by the way, let me give this a quick plug. I listened to the first half hour of the stream. That I had to go. Freaking awesome! I love this. Listen to this. It's absolutely awesome. Right, more of this.
Yeah, I loved making that. It was when I saw. I mean, the thing is, the reason why we did this is because I saw John Sim tweet out about the 3rd season of Life on Mars.
Ooh.
And I thought, oh my God, I haven't watched Life on Mars for a while. It would be good to talk about Life on Mars. So yeah, we do this show listed. It's a podcast format, really. Although we record it live through YouTube. So we do talk to the lovely people who are in the chat there. But it is mainly a very sort of open, casual kind of book club conversation. We go away, we watch an episode, usually one episode, sometimes two, of a classic TV show. Then we come back and talk about it. But this time, what made it even more interesting is that Charlotte Shields was on the panel,
I love
and
that.
she'd never seen it, and so as it goes along,
great. That
works really well.
Peter Rich mentions Keep Your Over Mind. Yes, we should.
PD, I missed that show so much, and myself and the Rabbi, we've talked about it several times, and I really want to make some more of them. And if
it's a lot of work.
If we do it again,
for me, it's great. I just show up. It's a lot of work for you.
It's the most work I have put into anything. And I include Type 40 Live. I've never put so much work into anything as that show. So what I might do, if we could tweak the format, we might do a run of 8 to 10 of them in the autumn. I don't know. We'll have to think about it.
Whatever you want. I am always available. I'm always available.
I really do love that format, that show. I had so much fun hosting that.
Okay, so your show is starting 1 hour from now, right?
I better get going, but thanks for having me, Rabbi, and thanks to everybody over there in the chat for listening to this nonsense. And yeah, I'll catch up with you soon. And I'll see you guys hopefully 7:45 over on the Facebook channel for Type 40 Live.
Right.
Enjoy your weekend, Rabbi.
Thank you very much. Doodle Pip. Have a good time.
Catch you later. Bye-bye.
Okay. Star Wars! Man, I'm late. Okay, we got to get to the Boba Fett recap. It's not like that. Although this is a good one. This is a good one here. Let's put up the old screen grabs. Doink. There you go. Very good. So, the idea was floated in the chat. PD Richardly floated the idea that Kathleen Kennedy oversaw the first 4 episodes, and when she was at the room, They started writing good stuff. Very Star Warsy. Very Star Warsy. If you like Mandalorian, skip the first 4 episodes, go into episode 5, and this is very Star Warsy. So we open up, and we're in it's got that nice Western feel, which really they're playing up on this, and it's like a dust storm in the middle of nowhere in the desert. And you pan down, and again, it's very like Sergio Leone. I like this. I like this a lot, right? And there's a drug deal going down. I like that they're using the ice cream maker shape thing. So that was an ice cream maker they saw was on a set, and they said, "What the hell is that? Like, does somebody just leave it there?" And so they wrote it into the Mandalorian as a thing that you transport valuable money in, like money in, right? So they got that, and there's a drug deal going down for spice. But they are stopped by Timothy Oliphant. Now, he was the guy who had the Boba Fett armor. He's like a gunslinger. Very cool. He's like, listen, you guys can just head on out here. We'll consider it like, mistakes were made. It's fine. Just you can keep the money and the drugs. I'm cool. And they're like, no, we're gonna fight you. Pew, 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 pew. And he takes them all out. And he's like, you want to think about it. He's like, you now because you try to kill me, you have to leave the drugs there. He's like, that's worth more than the town. And he's like, well, maybe I'll give it back then. Okay. So he's like, puts it on the ground. Yeah, put it on the ground there. And he drives off. And he opens up, and he gets his spice for the first time. Right, spice, and he's like not giving it back. He kicks it over. Yes. Because he doesn't care. And we're in the Book of Boba Fett without Boba Fett. Thank God without Boba Fett. When Boba Fett turns up, it turns to shit. Right? That's really what we found out. Book of Boba Fett is only watchable without Boba Fett. Another great title, From a Desert Comes a Stranger. Good episode title. So and then we go to this planet. It must be the planet. Is it Yavin? We don't really know. It's somewhere that Luke Skywalker is. Mando's flying in his like crappy new ship. I don't really like the new ship. I prefer the first one, even though I didn't even love that one. But this one seems so much less practical, right? You know, like that one is like a transport stuff. This is like a personal fighter, whatever. And he lands, and there's R2-D2, member Barrett. But it's nice to see him. Nice to see a bit of R2. He guides him down. He lands. And listen, he must have had a good time. Assuming it was him, Pedro Pascal, he must have had a good time being on set with R2-D2, right? And that's basically the vibe you get. He walks with R2-D2. He's like, follow me. And you see like these little ant droids building this building. And again, it seems like the building's in Ahch-To. I don't know if it's trying to tie in to the sequels or not. It's the new Jedi Temple. I don't know. It's a little bit juvenile, but it's fine. And it says, okay, so we just got to wait here. And then R2 just switches off, like, it's gone off, I'm gone. And it's like, what's going on? And they build him a bench to sit down on. So he says, wait here, right? Wait here. Meanwhile, special effects are going on. Awesome special effects are going on. Luke Skywalker is meditating with Baby Yoda. It seems like a bit of a boring life, but okay. They're doing the meditation, but Baby Yoda gets a bit bored. He looks around, as Luke Skywalker's meditating, and he gets, he tries to concentrate, but he looks and sees a froggy, and he he sees him jumping, so he force grabs him. And Baby Yoda's still cute. We still love Baby Yoda. Brings him over there. And he's gonna eat him, and Luke Skywalker said Grogu, and again, really sells it. This to me looks like Luke Skywalker. I'm sorry, I don't know how they did it. I don't care. It looks like Luke Skywalker. He's gonna eat this. He's like, no, don't do that. And he's like, ooh. He says, so look what the power of the Force can do. And he raises his hand up, and all the froggies go up, and he's like, wow, Force is awesome. I'm not sure what the lesson is, but he's like, can I just have one? Can I have one? No, apparently not. And he takes him for a walk. He does this little cute thing where he walks, where he keeps like Force lifting him up, so he can see things, so he can move quicker. And it's like these are nice conversations like he's having with Grogu. And he said, look, would you like to remember your past? Like, yeah, I can help you unlock it. Right? Great scene, right? So he helps unlock his past, and you see him, what's going on? And there's the Order 666 is going on. Looks like it's in the Jedi halls, but apparently there's some insignia on the walls of some banished Jedi who probably is involved in saving Grogu. But you have these three young Padawans valiantly fighting off the Imperial. It's a great scene. It really is a great scene. One goes down. But it's awesome scene. They fight them off. Another one goes down. Another one, and there's great shot where this the lightsaber rolls out the hand. I'm loving this, right? Really, I mean, for me, I am enjoying this, even though I wasn't a huge fan of the prequels. I like the Clone Wars more than the prequels, but I do like this tying together of both the prequel and the original era. For me, in a sequel era, right? I guess that's what we always wanted, right? So he remembers it, and they say, "Hey, who's over there?" And he wakes up. He can't remember anymore. And he's like, "Hey, you're back with us," and he wakes up, and it's just this lovely shot with him and Luke learning the ways of the Force, right? So Mando is having a nap, and turns up Ahsoka Tano. It's really good, right? It's much better in this appearance than she was in the first one. And R2 wakes up and says, "Fine, I'll talk about it." Says, "We're building a Jedi Academy here," and they talk about Grace. Like, "I'm here to see Grogu. I really want to see him. It's been a long time." He's like, "Look, he's up there right now, but he's got a very strong attachment to you. We're trying to keep him focused on the Force, right? We're trying to keep him like." I think you'll upset him and you'll tear him apart if you disturb him. He says, "I've got to make sure he's okay." He says he's in the safest place in the world, right? He's safe. Are you here for you or are you here for him? He's like, "But I came all this way. I really want to see him." Like, and you can see it's breaking heart. And they have this bit at the beginning where the reminder from last episode where they talk about visiting Jedi and Mandalorians, how Jedis live alone. They don't have any emotional connections, while Mandalorians do. That's like their essential, which I love that. That's their essential difference law, the essential difference way of seeing things, right? And I just found it kind of sad, this whole thing that he wanted to he wants to see Grogu, and he's like, he realizes he can't say, "Listen, I got this gift I want to give him." The thing that he made for the before he was banished. He's like, "Oh man!" I said, "Look, just give him the gift." And again, she's much better in this episode than I found her in the first one. He looks on wistfully, gives it, and make sure he gets this, and he painfully walks away, and it breaks your heart. It does break your heart. And he flies off, and Grogu knows he's flying off. He's like, "Oh, I want Mando. Oh, Grogu, I want you to have Mando, mate. I want you to have Mando." So then back more to Jedi. He tries to teach him how to jump, and he's like, this little jump. Says, "No, use the Force flowing through you." And he's like, so Luke Skywalker takes him on a training mission, much like in Dagobah. Love it. Again, I'm so much happier when I'm not kvetching about it, right? But lovely. This is absolutely lovely. Like, again, very, very Star Warsy, very Empire Strikes Backy. And I this bit where he jumps on the back of a bison and he's on these like little stumps, and he climbs up the top of a tree, and they look at the world, they feel the Force, and like nice scene. So then you got Grogu, he's learning how to balance. He's like, "No, use the Force." And he's doing it, so he grows out, he goes on, and then Luke Skywalker shows him a bit of lightsaber action, and that again all looked like Luke Skywalker. Loved every bit of this. Okay, this is great. It says, "Okay, now we got a new thing we're learning. We're learning the remote," and he like tries to kick it. No, you play it like this, and he like goes up and flies around. He's looking around, and they go, "Pew!" and he shoots at him, and he's like, "Whoa!" and it falls down, right? And there's a great line. I think this is the best line in the entire. This is the best part of the entire Disney Star Wars. coming up right here. Literally the best part, which was up until now the bit in Rogue One where Darth Vader goes apeshit and wipes out all the people, right? No, this is the best line. He's like, get up, always get up again, right? Oh, yes. And that is the essence of Luke Skywalker. Always get up again. It's like this constant optimism, right? And I love that. Freaking love that about Luke Skywalker. Again, Kathleen Kennedy must have been on holidays. He gets up. And so, like, he learns how to do the jumping. Whee! That's the false jumping thing. It's, again, another nice scene, right? And so he's talking to Ahsoka Tano. And he's like, he eventually grabs the remote and tears it down. And then he gets, and they watch him, and he says, "Listen, Mando's here." He goes here, and he says, "Yeah, no." He gave him a gift. He's like, Luke's like, "Oh man, this is not going to be good for him." He falls asleep. Meanwhile, we get the ship part of the episode. Mando goes back to Tatooine, lands in Jabba's castle, which is less cool now because it's been in Boba Fett. He lands there, meets a Gamoran guard, which is less cool because it's been in Boba Fett. And then you see the people, the armies assembled. You got like the guy from what was it, Veep, who played the what's the name? Mary Louise Dreyfus' husband in Veep, and then you got Black Carstan. That's a good. You're like, oh yeah, I like about that Carstan. And then you get the dweeby kids with the implants. I hate those things. And he's there not saying anything. You should have your helmet on. Should look intimidating. You bull. Oh God. Black Carstan looks good, but then you get like, hi, we're the least Star Warsy things ever. Right, he's like, we're going to need help, right? We're going to need help, troopers. And he says, maybe I can help with that. So he goes, flies past Jawas, who've got it looks like a crate dragon skull they're quite happy with. And he lands over in the place where the gunslinger is at the beginning. And he's got a deputy who's a dick. He says, hey, you can't park that there. He's like, I'm here to see your boss. Like, yeah, you got to move on. Where's your mask? Let me see your COVID pass. And the guy's like, chill out, baby. Chill. Hey, how you doing, buddy? I'm the cool one. And he says, hi, we need, can I buy you a drink? And they have a drink. Star Wars takes place in canteens. And he's like, look, we need your help against the Pike Syndicate. He's like, no, that's big town stuff. We want to be left alone. It's like nothing to do with us. He says, listen, I'll talk to people. Maybe we can get them interested. He takes off. But then, as he goes out the desert, in walks a stranger. Great. This is awesome. Freaking awesome scene. Really well directed as well, right? It takes time coming. Again, like Lawrence of Arabia, right? It's very David Leanish, right? But it feels like a Western. Like, eventually they get, the in town. And it's Bane. Oh, and he's so good, right? Looks fantastic. And they use the same guy for the voice. It really works, right? And yeah, look how scary he is. I love it. And so there's this basically lengthy showdown, right? It's like, and he pulls out his gun. He pulls out his gun. This guy's ready to pull his gun. And they're all, it's like this, it goes on for about a minute and a half. It's really good, this like showdown. And eventually the kid pulls his gun, or gets nervous and starts to pull his gun. So Tim Oliphant pulls it, but bam! He gets it. It must be in the shoulder. He'll live on to fight another day, we think. But we don't know. Boom! And then he goes and takes out the kid. Pew, 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 pew! And he's down. He's down. And he says, this town belongs to the Pike Syndicate, right? We don't want any trouble. And he goes and walks out the desert. And they all go looking, oh, dear. Are you okay? You okay there? And they're like, when I said we wouldn't fight the Pikes. Oh, that's what the look says. Oh, gonna fight them Pikes. Gonna fight them Pikes. So then the Pikes end up go to the bar with Jennifer Bills in it. And they're like, hey, would you like a hooker or two? Boy or girl, we have all flavors. Yellow or blue. We don't give a damn, mate. And they're like, nah, not interested. And she watches them walk out. She's like, well, this doesn't look good. It's like, oh, mister, you forgot your briefcase. Mister, kaboom! Blammy! Blows up these people you don't really care about. Meanwhile, they finish building the hut, the giant nipple. And inside, Luke Skywalker. Again, Luke Skywalker bits are awesome. Freaking awesome. Sits with Grogu and says, look, I have a gift for you. And so he finally found out what the Mandalorian gift is, made out of Beskar. And he says, there's a little shirt to protect him. Love it. Oh, I love it. And he says, and also have this for you. And it's the Yoda's lightsaber. How he got it, we don't know. But he got, I guess he picked it up from Coruscant after the Emperor fell, right? I guess that's where he must have got it from. He says, listen, this is a armor, or you can have the lightsaber. There are two different paths. You need to choose. Which way do you want to go? And Grogu looks at the lightsaber, is like, which will you choose? He looks at this one, looks at that one, looks at this one, and he's like trying to make the choice, and then boom, end of the episode, right? So my question is this: why can't Grogu go? Listen, let me hang out with Mandalorian while he's alive. He said, because a short time for you is a long time is a lifetime for anybody else. So why not hang out with Mandalorian for a bit, for a short time? And then, quite simply, I'll come back to your Jedi stuff, right? But I want to spend some time in Mando. Why can't he do that? Why can't he do both? I do not know. But he said, which way will you go? I hope he goes to Mando. Quite frankly, looks like the Jedi's are dweebs. Stay away from them. Mando looks fun. Yeah, stay away from the Jedi. And also, I don't like the lack of connection. I think it's nicer. So there you go. Good episode. Who knows what next episode is going to be like. Whenever they bring Boba Fett in, it's shit, right? The next episode is them taking on, bringing everybody over to take on the Pike Syndicate, I guess, by now. But, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Are we back to shit next week? Who knows or dare say. But there you go. Book of Boba Fett for this week. Fine. I've gone 2 hours. I'm hungry. I am really hungry, actually. Me mate Barry's here. I want to go say hello to him. And I think my kids are coming home. So with that, I'm going to sign off. I've got 45 minutes till Dan's show. Go check that out. We go. Oh, Eastern Buckham is here. Sorry, I just saw you. Colin, I think I said hello to you, but hitting the end broadcast button, hitting it again, getting the Wizzy